Hello everyone, welcome to Res News. Today we'll be discussing how exactly did Israel carry out its operation which eliminated Hassan Nasrallah, the chief of Hezbollah. And we'll also be discussing what exactly are the implications of this operation for rest of the world, including India and China. I know that sounds a little off, but let me explain. Before we move forward, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel. Do smash that like button, I would suggest. Anyways, so on Friday, I spotted a lot of Jewish and Israeli groups posting prayers for their forces, which clearly made it evident that a major operation had taken place in Beirut. On Saturday, IDF confirmed that they had managed to eliminate the Hezbollah chief Hassan Nasrallah. This almost looked impossible all these years because Hassan Nasrallah was leading Hezbollah since last 32 years. The operation was carried out by the 69th Squadron of Israeli Air Force. The 69th Hammer Squadron is known for operating F-15s. It is said that they used approximately 85 bunker-busting bombs and it carried about 1 ton of explosives. Now that sounds like a lot of bombs and very heavy ammunition, but the numbers are pretty big. That's what it means. We cannot confirm the accuracy of these numbers, but this is what has been put out by Israeli experts. Apparently, they were also using the GBU-31B JDAM and warheads like BLU-109B or BLU-137B. If that sounded technical, let me explain what that means. JDAM. JDAM means Joint Direct Action Munition. It is originally used by US Air Force. It is a guidance kit that converts the unguided bombs, which are called the dumb bombs, into all-weather precision guided munition or PGM. Brigadier General Levin, Amichal Levin, who is the commander of Hadzerim, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, of the Hadzerim Air Force Base, confirmed that there was exceptional amount of cooperation between military intelligence and Israeli Air Force while carrying out this operation. This operation was carried out by a certain Lieutenant Colonel M. His name is not revealed. He carried out this operation along with a reservist pilot. Reservists, as by now you all must know, that they are the soldiers who get trained and then leave for civilian jobs. Countries like Israel call them back when the country goes to a war. This happened during the Russia-Ukraine war also. Russians and Ukrainians called back their reservists from different countries. Lieutenant Colonel M then goes on to explain that the biggest challenge was to ensure that the target, who in this case is Hassan Nasrallah, is eliminated in one go. And for that, he says they had to ensure that nothing about this operation gets leaked, so that Hezbollah doesn't receive any sort of early warning which facilitates in the escape of Hassan Nasrallah and the higher echelon of Hezbollah who were going to be present at the basement of the 4-story building which was the headquarters of Hezbollah. Hezbollah is a terrorist organization. Many Middle Eastern countries recognize it as a terrorist organization. The officer then goes on to confirm that the anti-aircraft array in Lebanon is very significant and that it's still a threat for Israeli Air Force. He says since last few months, Israeli Air Force was consistently targeting Hezbollah's air defense system. Even more so during Operation Northern Arrows, their residual capability has decreased significantly, but it's still a significant focus for Israeli Air Force. He also confirms, Lieutenant Colonel M also confirmed that while they were going to target Hassan Nasrallah, one, they were aware who exactly the target was. Two, there was no fire from Hezbollah's side towards Israeli Air Force, which means Hezbollah was caught unaware. The 69th Squadron of Israeli Air Force has carried out many significant missions in the past. During this mission, they probably used BLU-109B is what experts say. BLU here stands for Bomb Live Unit. It is used by air forces like the American Air Force, Israeli Air Force and other allied air forces. This is a typical bunker buster which is intended to explode only after it penetrates hardened shelters, hardened structures, hardened concrete structures. Usually the bombs go off, they explode as soon as they touch a surface. These bunker busters go in and then explode. The BLU-109B apparently carries a warhead of about 250 kgs. This is why they were carrying such a lot of ammunition because they wanted to ensure that Hassan Nasrallah gets eliminated in one go, because Israeli Air Force might not get a similar opportunity anytime soon. It's a given that Israeli Air Force was very capable of carrying out similar operations before this too. In fact, when it comes to pager blasts, Israeli intelligence and Israeli forces were very capable of carrying out similar operations last year and before that too. But they never got the permission from US to carry out similar operations. This time, America and Israel are going all guns blazing against Iranian proxies, which are basically Hamas and Hezbollah. Also Houthis. Houthis will remain a headache. Hamas and Hezbollah have pretty much been annihilated, is what I will say. It has suffered major damage. What exactly are Israel and America planning after this? They are planning to redeploy American resources to SCS, which is South China Sea, and back to Russia, Ukraine. So Israel war, if Hezbollah and Hamas is annihilated or their power is whittled down, then America can take out its resources from this region and redeploy them. That's what I meant. Redeploy them to Russia, to Ukraine and to South China Sea. That's what I meant. South China Sea is probably one of the most interesting regions on the globe right now, as China is put on tenterhooks and it is being pushed into a war by 2027. Earlier last week, we had published a video on China 2027 and how and why China will be pushed into a war. You can go ahead and check that in the description after you finish viewing this video. But I would recommend you to go through it so that you understand why I'm saying China will be pushed into a war by 2027. Coming back to today's topic. So while China is on tenterhooks, it will ensure that America and its allies have their resources spread thin. One of those allies of America is India, because India is part of Quad. And it is something that has been irking China since very, very long. China would apply the same strategy for other countries like Japan. What China would do is either they will try to push these countries into internal chaos, or there will be external destabilization. For example, China might use Pakistan against India. In fact, what is happening in Jammu Kashmir is a proof that in next 2 years, the number of terrorist attacks along India's western border will increase and intensify. Even now, as I speak, LET, which is Lashkar-e-Taiba, and Jaish-e-Mohammed, like terrorist organizations, are carrying out multiple attacks against Indian security forces. But then, Pakistan is also being kept busy with TTP and BLA. So it's basically a game of logistics and resources. This is pure business, my dear friends. So tell us if you like this video. Don't forget to smash that like button and do subscribe to our channel. Spread our content. We'll be more than grateful to you. Till we meet again, stay informed.